It's St. Patrick's Day in the west of Ireland. A parade float rolls down the street. On it, signs reading Epstein files, signs reading Prince Andrew going to jail, and a mock depiction of sexual assault in public, in daylight, in a crowd. Rape Crisis Ireland calls it an act of public grooming. Politicians demand answers. And somewhere in all of it, a question nobody can quite shake. How did we get here? This is that story. Jeffrey Epstein is a financier. He moves in rooms most people never see: politicians, royals, academics. He runs a private island. He flies a private jet. His contact book reads like a who's who of global power. In 2008, he pleads guilty to soliciting prostitution from a minor. He serves 13 months. Then he walks out, his world largely intact. That's the version of events the public is given. For years, it's the only version most people hear. It's August 2019. Epstein sits in a federal detention cell in Manhattan, awaiting trial on federal sex trafficking charges. Then he's dead. The official ruling, suicide. Within hours, the questions start. The surveillance footage has gaps. The guards were asleep. The autopsy is disputed. Federal prosecutors had described a network of co-conspirators. Now the trial will never happen. The names stay buried, and the theories begin. For years, the claims circulate in the margins. Forums, podcasts, corners of the internet the mainstream ignores. A shadowy network, global elites, trafficking, cover-ups. Institutions dismiss it. Journalists are cautious. Then, in early 2026, Epstein-related files are released. According to The Guardian, the reaction is immediate. People who spent years being called conspiracy theorists feel something shift. The files don't answer every question, but they confirm enough that the line between fringe speculation and legitimate accountability starts to blur. Here's what the files actually do to the public conversation. Guardian columnist Bridget Delaney writes about it directly. She argues the Epstein files will embolden conspiracy theorists, not because the theories are all correct, but because enough of what was once dismissed has now been confirmed. The phrase shadowy cabal of elites stops sounding fringe. Institutions that spent years calling this a fantasy now face a public that no longer extends them the benefit of the doubt, and that distrust doesn't stay contained. It spreads. And then there's this: a St. Patrick's Day parade, west of Ireland. The float goes up, and it is not subtle. Epstein files. Prince Andrew going to jail. A mock depiction of sexual assault rolling through a public street. Rape crisis. Ireland condemns it. Irish politicians call it an act of public grooming. This is the part that changes everything about how we understand the Epstein story's reach. It isn't just a legal case anymore. It isn't even just a political scandal. It's inside the culture now, and not cleanly. As of mid-2026, no definitive new legal actions tied to high-profile co-conspirators have been reported. The broader question of elite accountability remains open. According to The Guardian, the files continue to reverberate globally. The survivors are still waiting. The names most people want answers about remain uncharged. And the conversation keeps widening, pulling in more voices, more theories, more noise. Whether that noise helps survivors or buries them is a question nobody has answered yet. A parade float depicting sexual assault rolls through a public street, and people cheer. That's where the Epstein story is in 2026. So here's the real question. When conspiracy culture absorbs a story like this, does it help survivors get justice, or does it make justice harder to find? Drop your take in the comments and follow. We cover stories like this every week.